Hi everyone, welcome to another card making tutorial, and today is a simple card that I wanted to share. It's a very quick card, very easy to make, and it can be easily mass produced. So for this I am using one of the newly launched die by Craftangles. This is Indian wedding themed dies that was released in January. This one is called as Feras. Again, whatever products I'm using, all will be linked below in the description of my YouTube channel, as always with all my videos. So what I do is I start off with a piece of white cardstock which is slightly larger than the die, and then I use a sticky back piece of the same size, and I'm kind of sandwiching the sticky back between the cardstock and the foil to make my own foiled cardstock using the reactive foils. So my idea is to make a traditional Indian wedding card, and that is why I'm using a classic combination of gold and red. And for that I wanted to make my own foiled cardstock. I did not want to use the regular red cardstock. I wanted to create a shiny card, so that is why I'm using reactive foil. Now once my foil is stuck on top of the sticky back, I'm not removing that transparent backing which I normally do for my mixed media project. Rather, I'm keeping the complete foil stuck on the top of the cardstock and sticky back. Now what I do is I have used my die and I have kind of cut it. I've cut out both the pieces separately, and then I'm sticking it on top of my cardstock, and then I pass it through my die cutting machine. Now normally two cuts is more than enough for this particular die. As you can see, it's not a very intricate die. It cuts out beautifully the Hindi sentiment as well as the couple silhouette. And once I'm happy with how the cutout has come out, now I decide on the card planning. So my idea was to add these characters and the sentiment a bit on height on the base of my card. So I wanted to add some dimension. So for that, what I did was I kind of decided to use foam tape for the silhouette character, and then for the Hindi die cut part, what I did was I die cut the same through some white foam sheets. So here is that golden page which I plan to use as the background for my card. Again, it is cut out to the size of an A2 card size base, and it has some self printing on top of it. Now this is something which I bought back like ages back, and I don't honestly remember where I got it from, etc. But I think this is easily available in stationery shops. You normally get some kind of gold or silver paper, so you could go for that, or you could also use mirror cardstock. Since I have like a big bunch of these sheets, I have decided to use these in my complete Indian wedding series videos, so that these papers come to use. And since it is an Indian wedding theme, a lot of golden and shine will never hurt a project. So here you can see how beautifully the dies have cut through the foam as well. So this is white foam sheet that I have cut it through, and then I will stick the red foiled die cut on top of this white foam piece that we have die cut. So what this will do is it will kind of give dimension, and with foam you will notice that the foam piece do show through from the side, because foam is very flexible, right? So while die cutting, it does get slightly elongated here and there, and it does show through the die cut. It's not going to stay below the die cut like how the tape does normally, foam tape. But I was fine with it because that kind of added the whole shadowy effect, and that at the end added a lot of dimension to my project. But if you are not okay with it, then you could probably go back with a similar colored marker and color the sides of that white foam, so as everything becomes more cohesive. And also, if you are not a person like me who likes to add a lot of dimension, you could keep everything flat. Now while I was lining up this card, you would see my head coming up once or twice. That is because I wanted to make sure that my card is perfectly lined up, and to make sure that everything is perfectly lined up, I use my Vendy Vecchi tool. Now this is a magnetized tool, so what it does is on top of that magnetized base I have this magnetic scale which helps me keep everything in place in a straight line, and there are also grid marks to help me keep everything in place. And apart from that, I also use these heavy magnets a lot when I'm using them to stick things with glue, which you will see while I stick the Shubh Vivaha part in a straight line. So normally for me, whenever I'm making cash cards, which has these kind of pretty dimensions and small elements that you stick on the top of a card, like alphabets or sentiments, like how I'm doing over here. Earlier it used to be very difficult for me to stick things in a straight line, so I used to normally eyeball it, and sometimes it did not come out well. So I think this this particular tool kinds of takes that away, and it makes sure that every time you get a straight line while sticking your elements. So if you are a card maker who likes to do a lot of card making, then this is definitely a tool that you should invest in. So this and glass media mat, both of them, I use heavily. Normally I use glass media mat when I'm doing a lot of mixed media things, and I use this particular tool when I'm doing a lot of card making and die cutting, because those magnets really help to keep everything in place. So now I had stick the magnet on top of my Shubh Viva die cut while it was drying, and once everything is dry I will use a ready craft angles notelets. So those are ready made card making bases that you get along with coordinating envelope. So I'll be sticking this golden piece that I have created on top of that white base, and that will complete my card. A very simple and a quick card which can be easily mass produced, but it still retains that Indian beauty, I feel, because of the whole die cut and the color combination that we have used. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I'll leave you with some of the close-ups. If you did like my tutorial, don't forget to like and comment, and do consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Till then, take care guys. Bye bye.